joining us. I'm Bud Carlson, and by my side is my partner, Rico Steves.
And Bud, I want you to know I'm really sorry about everything that happened last night.
You threw up in my back seat.
In some cultures, it's a sign of respect.
Remind me to show you a little respect after the show. Okay. Well, we have a big show ahead of us. I'd like to start by taking a few calls. Rico, why don't you pick the topic of the day?
The topic for today, should NCAA college football start using a playoff system?
Now, that's a touchy question. The bowl system has been widely criticized for years, and fans have constantly asked, why doesn't college football get a proper playoff system? But the argument persists because the bowl system makes money. However, that doesn't stop the fans of these teams from wanting an exciting playoff series ending in one team's ultimate supremacy. Let's take it to the phone lines and find out what you think. Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Mark Harklark from Clark, Minnesota.
Well, Mark, what do you think about implementing a playoff system for college football?
Well, before I begin, I feel like I have to tell you, I really, really love your show.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
One time I was watching Eat My Sports and my wife was like, "Well, you better stop watching that show or I'm going to divorce you." So, I'm single now, and the real reason why I'm calling is I'm not sure what kind of sports car I should get to impress the ladies.
That's not really relevant.
I think I can help with this one. You ever wonder why the Patriots decided to pick up Tom Brady in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL draft?
All the time.
It's because they knew he'd be reliable. The guy could get him from point A to point B. Now, he might not be the flashiest, but you got to admit he's easy on the eyes. But most importantly, he's all-American. So I guess what I'm saying is, buy American, because they won't let you down.
I'm getting a Corvette.
Next caller.
Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Alicia Kelly from White Mountain, Alaska.
Alicia, welcome to the show. Before our last caller, we were talking about whether or not college football should start having playoffs instead of the bowl system. So, what do you have to say on the subject?
Let me start by saying this is the first time I've ever used a phone, and now I'm really freaking out right now. Are you the guys from the TV box?
We sure are.
Oh, good. I have a question.
That's what we're here for.
So in Alaska, we have a lot of ice and snow and stuff. And last week, my mailbox got totally covered with all the ice and snow and stuff. And I know the letter carrier put a very important package in my mailbox. And it's stuck there because of all the ice and snow and stuff. So I don't know what to do.
Oh, God.
Leave the poor girl alone. It sounds to me like what you need to do is just chip away.
What?
I mean, you need to do what the Buffalo Bills did to the 1993 Houston Oilers. You see, the Oilers led the Bills 35-3 early in the second half, and things could not have looked worse for the Bills. And before the end of the game, the Oilers tied it and sent the game into overtime, where Moon made an errant pass, which put the Bills' field goal range. Rest is history.
Well, technically, all of that is history.
You see, they won the game because they chipped away. They chipped away. Next caller.
Caller, you're on the air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Panda Joe, calling from the San Diego Zoo. People ask me, why do they call you Panda Joe? I like to say it's because I like pandas and I like coffee. You see, my real name is Tom Cruise. C-R-E-W-S. Tom Cruise.
Okay, so what's your question?
Do you guys know Tom Cruise?
I sure do.
Will you tell him I said hi?
Absolutely. Now, Panda Joe, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, are you a panda?
No, I am not.
I didn't think so, but I had to ask.
That's all I can take of this. Stick around. We'll be back in a jiff. Really, you thought a panda was calling?
It's possible. Pandas have thoughts.
Would you try to be professional this segment?
Sure. Hey, you gotta... Hey-oh!
Welcome back. I'm Bud Carlson, and to my left is Rico Steves.
I sure am hungry, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is my partner.
I was thinking about ordering a pizza. You want to go halvesies?
Well, that all depends. Do you like Skittles on your pizza?
Yeah, they're my favorite.
And that's why we won't be splitting a pizza. So, basketball season has begun, and I can hardly hold back my excitement. With all the big off-season trades and free agent signings, this is shaping up to be one of the most thrilling years of basketball of this decade. Wouldn't you agree, Rico?
Well, I love my basketball, bud, and with all the big off-season trades and free agent signings, this is shaping up to be one thrilling year of basketball.
I literally just said that. Literally.
It's good to know we're on the same page.
All right, hang on, I'm just being told that Folks, Shaquille O'Neal has come down with a rather serious case of gastroenteritis. Our correspondent George Tanner is on the scene. George, any further news on Shaq's condition?
Good evening, Bud. Right now I'm standing outside a bathroom where Shaquille O'Neal is being attended to for what looks to be a severe case of diarrhea.
Excuse me?
Diarrhea.
Now that sounds awful.
It sure does, Bud. Why, just before we went on the air, I was having a fit of dry heaving. The smell and sounds were really getting to me. But I used a technique my therapist taught me during my last divorce. So while it may look like I'm standing in front of a bathroom where Shaq, I've been told, has filled 2 toilets to maximum capacity, in my mind, I'm on a boat in the Atlantic fishing with my grandfather.
I'm sorry, did you say that Shaq has filled 2 toilets?
That's right, Bud, and the big man is currently sitting on his 3rd throne, letting loose a chocolate mudslide of epic proportions. What's that, Grandpa? No, we have more bait in the tackle box.
To tell you the truth, George, I don't think this is the kind of news people want to hear about.
You know, the loss of fluid through diarrhea can cause dehydration, electrolyte imbalances.
I had no idea you knew so much about diarrhea.
Well, Bud, they didn't call me Diarico in college for nothing.
I've just been told that Shaq's trainer has administered some Imodium AD.
That's a good idea. And speaking of good ideas, I just received an email from Molly in Dallas, Texas, who writes, "Is Shaq going to be okay? Because he's on my fantasy team, and I wanted to know if there is any signs of corn in his poop."
Okay.
And that is it.
Guys, I really don't think we should be talking about this. I mean, it's kind of starting to make me feel a little sick.
Actually, Bud, corn, or what the Native Americans call maize, is one of the most stubborn foods to break down in the human digestive system. In a random sampling of excrement that I took last week, 42% contained corn. The other 58% was pretty much just poop. But
Wait a minute, you took a random sampling of excrement last week?
I'm a student of science.
Okay, I think I'm going to be sick.
Hey, not to worry, Bud. I keep something just under the desk for such an occasion. This little baby's gotten me through some really crappy times. And by crappy, I mean...
I think we all know what you mean.
Okay.
Well, guys, it looks like Shaq's going to be okay to play tonight, but I sure wouldn't want to be in his shorts. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, George. I'm sufficiently grossed out. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Sounds to me like you're going to have your own little Shaq attack. Oh. You sure you don't want to go halvesies on that pizza?
No, I don't. Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, I'm Bud Carlson.
And I'm Bud Carlson.
No, you're not.
I think I am.
No, I don't doubt that, but you're not Bud Carlson. I'm Bud Carlson. You're Rico Steve.
Oh, really? Well, if I'm not Bud Carlson, then where did I get this name tag?
Well, it looks like you just made it. And I even recognize your handwriting.
Well, of course it's my own handwriting. I'm Bud Carlson.
Well, since it's payday and Rico doesn't seem to be here, I guess we'll just have to throw his check in the trash.
I'm right here, Bud. It's me. I'm just joking about being you.
Oh, well, you really got me, Rico.
You're so gullible.
All right, let's move on, shall we? Okay, you know what that sound means.
Yeah, it means we're getting a surprise visit from our friend and 3-point champion, Thunder Dan Marley.
No, that's not what it means.
Right. It means it's time for the all-male burlesque show, Thunder from Down Under. It's about to begin.
No, that's not it either.
The Thundercats are coming?
No, Rico, it's time for the weekend weather report.
That was going to be my 7th guess.
Oh, my God. Right now, I'm going to throw it to Amy and Natalie, the weekend weather report. Ladies?
Good evening, Bud. Hi, Rico. Well, hello, sports fans. I'm Amy.
And I'm Natalie, and we're here to give you the weekend weather report for those of you that may be attending sports games this weekend.
Well, it's going to be very hot and very sunny in Indianapolis for the Colts game this Sunday, so be sure to bring any sunblock for any exposed skin.
Right, well, it's going to be very wet and rainy in Seattle for the Seahawks game, so make sure you don't wear a white t-shirt with no bra on like I did last weekend.
Well, in New England, it's going to be very cold with some small snowstorms, so be sure to bring a coat or a very strong man to keep you warm.
Well, I'm going to be in Dallas this weekend, where it's going to be very hot and sticky. And the weather might be quite warm too.
You cheeky slut. I knew you were trying to impress the boys.
I'm just trying to do the weather.
Well, here's some weather for you. It's going to be a little bit grumbly around here. So be sure to not focus on Natalie's bottom.
You bloody toe rag. It was you that put creamer in my coffee. You know I'm lactose intolerant.
What?
Bring it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right,
Go.
that's it. Oh. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Oh, well, you know what that sound means.
Yep, astronaut Buzz Aldrin's dropping by the show today.
No, that's not what it means.
That's right, we have a special message from cartoon character Buzz Lightyear.
No, that's not what it means either.
You think we should both get Buzz haircuts?
No, it means we're out of time for the weather segment. Say goodbye to the girls, Rico.
Au revoir, ladies.
Bye, Rico.
Bye, Rico.
Where are they going, Bud?
I don't know, Rico. I just don't know.
Will they be back?
Not until next week, but we'll be right back after the short break, so stick around.
Want some popcorn?
You burned it.
I like it the way I like my ladies. Buttery.
Welcome back to Eat My Sports, the only sports show where we're hungry for more sports. To my left, my partner, Rico Steves. Rico? Are you texting?
Just a minute, Bud. I am texting.
Please take your time. It's not like we're trying to do a TV show here.
Bud, we are trying to do a TV show.
God. Rico, I thought we'd do something fun and debate some of the hot topics brought to us by our own viewers through the internet.
That's a great idea, Bud, and there are a lot of topics out there. They need to be debated, and who better to do it than I and you?
You and I.
I thought you went to Duke.
No, I'm talking about your last sentence. You said, who better to do it than I and you, when it should be you and I.
I think I know the rules of grammar, Bud. When asking a question, it's always I before you, and sometimes why, because you don't always know.
Didn't you graduate from MIT?
I sure did. Why?
All right, let's take a look at some of these hot issues on the web in a segment we're calling, What's the Call? Roses Reds 11 writes, will Pete Rose ever be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame? Well, that's something that baseball fans all over the planet have been asking since he became eligible in 1992. But his eligibility was revoked by the board, and you're only able to remain on the ballot for 15 years. So his chances of making it are pretty much non-existent.
I think he's going to make it, Bud.
Great debating there, Rico.
Thanks, Bud. You know, your points were valid, too.
All right, let's take the next question. B-Ball Freak 22 writes, what's up with timeouts? I want to keep watching the game, but they keep calling timeouts. What's up with that? Well, timeouts are an important part of sports in general. Sometimes you need to stop, take a look around, regroup, and come up with a new strategy. If you didn't have timeouts, teams would look unorganized and sloppy. As much as they may hinder the watching experience, we can't get rid of timeouts.
I disagree completely. I always thought timeouts were icky.
Rico, do you understand how debate works?
Yes, Bud. I took it in high school, and I was very good at it. Hey, John Adams High School senior football rules.
All right, let's take the next issue. Extreme Sport Lover 3 writes, why isn't croquet an Olympic sport? I mean, curling's a sport. Why not croquet? You know, funny you should ask that, Extreme Sport Lover 3. Croquet actually was an Olympic sport back in the Summer Games of 1900, but it was removed due to the fact that it was boring to watch.
I have to agree with Bud here.
Okay, seriously, Rico? In debate, you argue the opposite of what I'm saying.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, that's exactly how to not debate.
I don't want to fight, Bud.
Are you seriously texting again? Fine. You know what? While my partner finishes his text, let's read the next message. This one comes to us from I'm Rico Steves. And he writes, how come you never come over to my house for dinner anymore, Bud? You know what, Rico? I'm going to let you handle this one.
Well, I think it goes without saying that when I say that whoever said that is saying exactly what I'm saying. You know, I've often wondered, why don't you come over to my house for dinner? Lots of times you tell me you're going to come over, and then you don't. At first I thought you were just forgetful. But lately, I'm starting to feel like you don't show up on purpose. I can't keep eating 2 dinners. Diabetes runs in my family.
Okay, I never told you I was coming to dinner. Not ever.
Well, there was that one time.
No, there was never a time. Not one single time have I ever agreed to come to your house for dinner.
Agree to disagree, bud.
And I'm pretty sure that's how we got into this situation in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to take a break before my blood pressure goes so high, it starts squirting out of my eyes. Stick around. We'll be right back.
You know, you can
You know what? I don't need this.
You can take meds for that. I have some at my house.
Hey there, folks. Thanks for watching Eat My Sports, voted the best sports show in the universe by Rico Steves Magazine. I'm Bud Carlson, and seated next to me is the man responsible for that narcissistic review, Rico Steves.
Thanks for the kind words, bud.
Hey, remind me to get you a thesaurus after the show.
You know, I love dinosaurs, bud, but aren't they extinct?
Yes. Yes, they are, Rico. However, a thesaurus isn't an animal at all. It's a book.
Well, I hope they turn it into a movie.
I don't think that's possible.
Of course it is. They turn lots of books into movies.
Well, that book would be pretty hard to make into a movie.
Why? Because of the dinosaurs? They just make those out of CG now, like in Jurassic Park.
I think you switched theme songs in the middle.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you started with Jurassic Park, but then you turned it into the Doogie Howser theme in the end.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh my God. Well, I'd love to keep playing Name That Tune with you, Rico, but the viewers probably expect us to start the next segment.
Oh, we can always finish the game back at my place after the show.
Not a chance.
I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to look that song up later.
I'm holding my breath for that. Right now, we're going to take a look at one of the fastest growing sports in America. And just what is that fastest rising sport? Well, it's competitive eating.
That's right, bud. Americans can't seem to get enough of anything, and it's that attitude that has helped this climb to the top of the food chain. You see what I did there? I made an eating joke. It's funny because the sport is eating and the joke is about eating, and I bet the audience is eating this up right now. You see what I did there?
Yes, I see what you did there.
Well, you don't have to bite my head off.
Okay, I walked right into that one. Fine. Okay, folks, we have a special guest on the show today to teach us all about competitive eating. He's the 5-time winner of the National Candy-Coated Chocolate Eating Contest. Please welcome Max Hunger.
Welcome to the program, Max.
Hi, it's good to be here. I'm a big fan of the show.
Well, we're big fans of yours.
Oh, thanks.
Now, Max, talk to us and the folks at home a little bit about competitive eating.
Well, it all started when I was about 19 years old. I went away to college in North Dakota on a modeling scholarship, and about halfway through my second year, the modeling team moved me off the runway and put me on catalog. I was so depressed, my roommate turned me on to these little candy-coated babies. Once I had my first taste with the dark side, I knew it had changed my life forever.
That is an amazing story.
Thanks.
So, is this something you can teach other people?
I'm going to show you guys how to do it right now.
Great. Now, I know in hot dog contests, they usually dip the entire dog in water to make the bun go down easier. Do you like to use anything for these candy-coated little chocolates?
I like to dip my chocolates in something to make it easier.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like a big cup of chocolate syrup, am I right?
Bingo.
So you dip your chocolates in chocolate, and that makes them easier to eat?
It sure does. See, I noticed when I was eating the chocolates that in order to taste the chocolate, I had to bite through the candy shell. But by dunking them into the chocolate syrup, it bypasses the shell and gets you straight to the chocolate.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay, all right. Is this a timed event?
Yes, in a normal contest, you get 15 minutes to see how much you can eat. But in the interest of time, we're just going to do this for 45 seconds.
I'm so excited.
All right. Why don't we get 45 seconds on the clock?
Okay, so at the sound of the bell, we start. We pick up a chocolate, just one, and then we dip it in the syrup and eat it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's get our aprons on so we're not getting anything on us.
Trusty little apron.
All right. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Buzz that buzzer anytime, gentlemen. I didn't dip it. You're really clocking up a storm there, Max.
Max, are you even breathing?
You're really good. I like to take a break every once in a while.
I think I'm giving old Max a run for his money.
Yeah, you would. Well, that's our time. Let's look at our totals. It looks like I have 17. And Rico, wow, you have 62. That's pretty impressive. But Max, wow, 1,482. That's amazing.
Wow, and to think this guy used to be a model.
Wow. That was amazing, Max.
Yeah, I feel like singing!
Is everything okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine, but chocolate releases endorphins.
Endorphins, that's my second favorite water dinosaur.
Mine too, Rico. Mine too. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Join us next time when we discuss the difference between badminton and badmintons. I'm Bud Carlson.
And I'm Rico Steve saying, don't wear golf shoes in a movie theater. Good night.
Usually I drink a bigger one.
Do you mix milk with it?
No, that ruins the chocolate.
Makes perfect sense.